Just waiting for people to join. Hello, Eric. Welcome to the 4th stream. Glad to see you here. Hello, Riley Gamer 123. Welcome to the stream. It is a creator Q&A today, and I have this because it's the creator, the E of Zany Movies, aka the person who's voicing me, birthday. So that's why I have this little badge. We'll basically be going over some comments. You could ask the creator comments after. Hello, Sin, Igor5. Glad to see you here once again. Today we are doing a creator Q&A. After I'm done talking, of course. Thank you, Eric, for the happy birthday. Found some time today to have a stream, so here we are. Thank you, Riley Gamer 123, for the happy birthday. We always appreciate it. We have Stolas, Stella, Angel, a couple Scooby-Doo unfiltered characters behind me. Angel and Stolas might talk, but not too many characters will be speaking today, mainly because it's for the creator. It's mainly a creator stream. Hello, Shadow86VR. Glad to see you on the stream. Feel free to ask me, Blitz, any question. Eric says, who is your favorite character? We will answer that soon, basically once I'm done talking. So keep it in mind, that question of yours, for later. You could ask me, Stolas, Angel, any questions. If you're a fan of Scooby-Doo Unfiltered, then you could ask Fred and Velma over there some questions. In the meantime, depends on how long you want me to talk for. Or if you want Stolas over there to start speaking. Or Angel. But anyway, hello, Patience. Lindaway Mithula. Probably getting that wrong. They say Hazbin Hotel. Where is Luna? Well, people are going to ask for me to voice her. I do not, the person behind the camera does not voice her in Helluva Hazbin. Therefore, we can't really have her here. But Stolas and Angel can answer questions. For those of you here who saw the newest episode, Nightmare in Black, what did you think of it? Did you think it was gruesome? Scary? Or do you think it was just alright? I got brutally torn up in it. It was good. Glad to hear it. Probably the hardest episode to film. We were up all night, and even then we weren't done. Igor5 asks me if I like fish. Well, kind of. This is me, Blitz, answering that question. Never really cared for him. If you want to ask the creator that, you could ask that later. It was good, kind of scary. I'm glad you liked it, Eric. We tried our best, you know, making plushies look scary isn't exactly the hardest thing. I mean, the easiest thing. So, pretty difficult. Is there a character that hasn't been in the series yet? Well, yes, we have many. Bugs is here. They asked, do you like Weezer? I don't know who that is. Jaden, Fastfox, and Hazbin. Hey. Guess who's here? We're glad to see you, Jaden, Fastfox, Fun Hazbin. No. Bugs, well, the person behind the camera doesn't listen to much music, so he wouldn't really know. But glad to see you here, Jaden. You were a nice addition to the last stream. I hope you saw the newest episode, Nightmare in Black. Mel is here asking, quick question, can these questions be about the characters? Once we start the Q&A, yes. I'm not sure how much he would be able to answer, but yes, you could ask questions. When I was watching the Halloween special, I was wondering what the actual hell was happening when I watched it. I didn't understand it. Well, the episode's called Nightmare in Black. Charlie woke up and talked about nightmares. Everything was nightmares. If you watch the whole thing, it's basically just a dream. Zestial was haunting their dreams because it's what Lucifer told her. Hopefully you watch the whole episode because we do explain that after. There's 6 dreams for those characters. And then Zestial basically turns out he was haunting them for Lucifer. It's all explained in the ending. Little Tails asks, will Mammon be in an episode? The Z of Z movies will answer that, but basically every sin will be seen. We've answered that before. Mel says, okay, cool. The knockoff Jeep Darcy, if I'm getting that right, says Charlie Dream was that knockoff baggy face. Was funny, I think. If you think it was funny, it was alright. It's hard to make plushies seem scary. We tried our best. Hello, Twinkles46. So the deaths were actually just nightmares. I didn't know why that confuses me. Yep, Angel got bashed. His head got bashed in on the floor. And then all of a sudden, he magically appeared in the next one. So, yes, it was dreams. Because every character who died, their dream was next. So if Angel died in Husk's dream, then the next dream would be about Angel and his nightmare. Will Blitz be the only character to talk? Since this is a creator Q&A, I'm going to be talking, and then Stolas and Angel can, but not too many characters will be talking. Charlie's dad was an ass in that episode. Yep, he doesn't really believe in Charlie's dream. Little Tails will answer your question. So it seems like you have a lot of questions for the creator, so if you have any questions for me, Stolas, or Angel, or the Scooby-Doo Unfiltered characters, then ask them now. What is Sweet Cheeks up to? Yes, he is cooking pizzas, and other Italian dishes. For those of you who just got here, the reason I have this is it's the creator, the person who's voicing me. It's his birthday, so I just have this little stamp. What is Sweet Cheeks up to? Yes, I answered that. Hello, Christopher Carter. Does our Angel and Arachne still have beef? I will save that question for the creator, but that's a good question. We'll definitely answer that. Yes, it's my birthday, Twinkles46. Well, not mine, Blitz, but the person who's voicing me, it's his birthday. Thank you for the happy birthday. We all appreciate it. I'm going to go let Stolas talk so you can answer him. Favorite person in the hotel? Well, Luna. She's my loving daughter. Thank you, Christopher Carter, for the happy birthday. I'm going to let Stolas talk now. Hello. Thank you for all the happy birthdays for the creator. You guys saw the episode, or my ideas like Vaggy Villanok, Husker Snaps, and the Planned. Also, what do you guys think of the new character? General Thompson, Dr. Professor Roger, and Harvey. The creator will answer that. Hello, Little Tails. Also, thank you for the happy birthday, Patience and Little Tales. We all appreciate that. After I speak, the creator will answer your questions. So if you have any questions for me, you can ask them. Love the Halloween episode. I also have a happy birthday. And have you ever seen Psycho? The movie? Well, we want to watch it, but we haven't been able to yet. Just been busy. Hi, Stolas, lovely owl prince. Always be my most beloved character that I crush on. Crush on? Oh, that's very interesting. Anything's better than Stella. Stolas, my cousin says you're gay. Well, when you have Blitz around, Blitzy, it's hard not to be. What is your favorite Stolas song in Helluva Boss? Is your hat alive? Well, kind of. It has some sentience. Stolas song in Helluva Boss, You'll Be Okay. Yes, it's an older one, but I still think it's, quite good. Boost the episode up in terms of ranking. In fact, I myself, Stolas, of the Asgarisha, will be ranking on a tier list the 2 newest episodes of Helluva Boss, episode 9 and 10 of season 2, as I have ranked the other ones. My mom actually noticed that my cousin is basically a lesbian. Family members do eventually know that kind of stuff, even if you don't tell them. Mel says, help. What do you need help from? I need help from her. Stella. Why is your wife always shouting at you at each episode, every Helluva Boss episode? Because she hates me. It was an arranged marriage. We never should have gotten together. It was something our parents set up because of the royal family. She's so rude. Have you ever slapped Stella? I would if I was in your shoes. I would, but it's just... It's hard to sometimes. You know, it's hard to raise your hand at someone. What did you do? Just giggling at this because I love this. Well, thank you. What did I do? Not sure. What day? What time? Was I out with Blitzy? Or was I dealing with that prude? Don't be rude by the hoot hoot. Do you have a favorite Stolas design in Helluva Boss? If so, what is it? Has to be the outfit I have on now. The classic. Hello, Dinozilla. 2024. We're glad to see you on the stream. It is the creator's birthday. Trinket is here saying, hi, Stolas, you're so cute. Blitz don't deserve a cutie like you. Oh, thank you, Trinket. Blitz does deserve some things, but myself, might not be something he deserves. I am a very special owl. Why is Angel not able to climb walls? He's a spider. Jeremy Kreitz says, what I mean to say was happy birthday. There's a cake emoji, so I assume that's what you're saying, and yes, thank you for the happy birthday. It's just, he's a demon. He used to be a person, he doesn't get all the spider abilities, but Angel does have a poison bite. Do you have to rank every character from Helluva Boss in different outfits? I've never tried that. Maybe someday but I've never really thought about ranking characters like that. You don't ever forget that you are special. Well, I am a very great owl. You're welcome. Thank you again, Jeremy Kreitz. I don't know if I'm getting your last name right. Can you fly? Because I've never seen you fly. Yes. In season 2, episode 9, I flew. At least in Helluva Hazbin. Angel's asked as a spider, so call him Spider-Man or Gay-Man. Makes sense. He's a spider after all. Cosmos XX, hello Stolas. In a couple minutes, or in 1 minute, we'll be doing a creator Q&A. When is Mammon coming around? That's the second time we've got that question. The creator has answered that before. That all of the sins will be in episodes, but... Okay, because we're getting a lot of questions for the creator, do you have any questions for me before I go? Hello, Angry Mario Bros. Is you crow in your hat? What exactly do you mean? Is, crow? Is there a crow in my hat? If to answer that, then no. There's no crow. Oh, I think you mean crown. Yes. What's Dolish? Yes, Eric. I understood. I should have known that, but yes, it's a crown. How'd Solus feel if Angel flirted with him? Angel has made sexual comments to me. I've really pushed them aside. I don't really care too much for that dust spider. I love you, Solus. Kisses. Thank you, Twinkles46. And Angry Mario Bros, hello. Glad to see you here again. If you have any last questions, I will be going, and the creator will come on to answer your questions. 3, 2. Anything else? I'll head back here now. Alright, everyone. The creator is going on right now, so he will answer your questions. Hello, everyone. This is the E of Zany Movies, the creator of Helluva Hazbin, out of character, and I will be answering all of your questions that you left. If you have any more, leave them down. So, I'm going to be going up through the chat and seeing if I could find all of your questions. Mel asks, is Sweet Cheeks aware that he looks like a cheap copy of Angel Dust? He is not. In fact, the story of Sweet Cheeks as a character was interesting. I made a community post about it, but if you want me to get into the depths of it, I can. But Sweet Cheeks wasn't originally going to be a character. Cosmos XX asks, when is Mammon coming around? Mammon, I have already answered some questions like this, that the deadly sins of the big characters, they're hyped up a lot, you hear their names a lot. Mammon will be seen eventually. I know when he's going to be seen as the seasons are planned out. It's going to be a bit, not too long, but you won't be seeing him this year. You'll have to wait. It's later on, but not extremely far off. Little Tails asked, do you have a favorite Stolas design in Helluva Boss? I did answer that as Stolas. It is the original. If you're wondering why I'm not answering any of the newest questions, I'm looking up at the previous ones. I myself have never seen Psycho. And thank you to everyone who said happy birthday. Eric asks, what's Moxie and Millie up to? I think that was for Blitz, but they are most likely cooking something. Moxie probably has music on. Jaden Faz Fox Fun has been asked if I see their suggestions. I have. Obviously, Helluva Hazbin episodes are planned out months in advance, but I will think about making them into shorts. And thank you, as always, for making a video about our channel. Mel asks, does Angel and Arachnus still have beef? The answer to that is no. Arachnus is no longer a villain as of the second episode of Season 3. His story is kind of concluded in terms of the series as a whole, but they do they don't have any more beef. What is Sweet Cheeks up to? Is he still cooking pizzas? I answered that in a character's voice, but yes, he is cooking pizzas. Little Tails asks, what was your favorite episode to make? That would probably be Season 1, Episode 6. Very funny episode to make. We introduced Sweet Cheeks. We got to see more Moxie and Millie. It was an easier one to film. And overall, it was nice. Little Tails asks, will Mammon be in an episode? Yes, he will. Like I said with the other question, Mammon will be seen eventually. It will be a bit, but he will. And that's every question. Oh, so these are questions toward the creator? Yes, I am answering questions. What do Moxie and Millie do in their free time? Eric asks. They, cook. They like cooking in our series. Moxie goes to musicals and tries to drag Millie along. They kill. They sometimes go out to bars with Blitz. Hello, Mr. E. Always about the episodes idea, like Faggy Villain Arc, Husker Snaps, plan. Also, do you like the characters? I did. They were nice. I'm glad you were able to come up with original characters because you like our series. Have you ever seen some movies that are best from 2024? I haven't watched too many movies. In general, I don't watch many movies or shows, so I can't really say. What is the hardest episode you had to film? I'll answer that after I go through this. Emma King is here, saying OMG hi. How are you? I am good. I love your stuffed animals. I love Stolas and Blitzy. Do you have all of them? Sorry, I'm just so excited. I've subbed. Emma King, so yes. We have a Helluva Hazbin Plus series. All of these are used in. It is a crossover between Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss. We put a lot of effort into it. And since seems like you just stumbled upon our channel, I am the creator of Helluva Hazbin. We have 3 seasons, so feel free to check that out. Hello, HDN All-Stars. This is the creator. It is my birthday today, so I'm doing a creator Q&A, so feel free to ask me any questions. And Eric, the hardest episode to film, I'll get into that, was the newest one, the Halloween special, Nightmare in Black. We were up, most of that episode was filmed during nighttime. So when we filmed that, we were starting at the start of night and going past 6 a.m. to get it done. And even then, we had to film more. I had to film on my own to get some solo scenes done. Like when Zestial's creeping up on Husk's bed, that was just me doing that outside of the filming location. It was pretty annoying to film sometimes because we had to rip up, knock off Vaggie and Blitz plushies, which was interesting, but we taped things to the wall and I kept losing the tape. It was definitely the hardest episode to film, but we had to get it out, so we couldn't stop. I forget the exact time we stopped. It was sometime after 6. What's your favorite official Helluva Boss or Hazbin Hotel plush? Official plush? I do really like RoboFizz. Stolas as well. Probably have to say maybe Serpentius, honestly. Because he has the he has bendable parts. And I think it captures his character well. Will we ever see Fizzaroli? And thank you for the happy birthday, Angry Mario Bros. I cannot answer whether or not we will see Fizzaroli, the real one. We might not. You'll just have to wait and see. Did you ever get scared while making your own episode, the Nightmare episode? I did not get scared while making it because I knew it was going to happen. It's hard to make plushies look scary, but basically the episode, when we filmed it, we weren't sure on the exact perception it would get. A lot of people did like it and think it was kind of scary, which I'm glad. Little Tail says, if you were forced to pick a favorite bootleg plush, what would it be? So, something that I noticed is not everyone realized Striker is actually a bootleg plush. The Egg Boys are bootleg, Nifty is a bootleg, Kiki is a bootleg, Lucifer Snake is a bootleg. But I assume you're talking about the really bad bootlegs that I made multiple videos on. So my favorite, if I had to choose, they're all bad. I'd probably have to say Angel. I honestly think he's the funniest looking because of how long his legs are. His gloves can come off. Adrian Hers say Hazbin Hotel. If you're new to the channel, Adrian, we have a crossover plush series of Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel. I'm the creator, so I'm just doing a Q&A. Any bootleg is what I'm talking about. If you're talking about any bootleg and not just the terrible ones, I'd probably have to say, I think Kiki was done well. I don't really have much problems with the Kiki plush. If it's just the really bad bootlegs, then I choose the Angel one. What's the scariest Helluva Hazbin plush you made? If you're talking about episode, then Nightmare in Black, we intentionally made that a horror episode. I do not make the plushies, though. I buy them. I commission them. Some of them, like Zestial, Carmilla, Rosie. I all asked people to make them. And then paid them after, of course. General Thompson origin. Thompson was a member of the military, and due to his PTSD, serving in the military for who knows how long, it twisted his mind, becoming a very violent person. Makes sense. People go through the military and have those kind of issues. So interesting character. Jaden Fazfox on Hazbin asks, I have a question. Would Vaggie and Luna ever get their own episode in like a short or something? Or they both hang out? Luna, as a character in Helluva Hazbin, doesn't hang out with too many of the hotel guests. She really just sticks around Blitz. Sometimes Moxie and Millie when she has to be for work reasons. Season 3, episode 1 was really an episode that I tried to explore more of Vaggie's character. And we will see more of that later, in little pieces. As for Luna, she will get some more scenes, but we will see more of her soon. Not exactly in the next episode. It will be about those characters, but we will see more of them. Darkest Edits, glad to see you. Let's begin. Jeep Darcy says, what if Ed's World gets a plus series? I'm not sure if anyone's already done that. I'm not exactly sure what Ed's World is. I've heard of it, but I am not too familiar with a lot of things, a lot of series. Riley Gamer 123 asks, if you can pick your favorite handmade Helluva Hazbin plush, who would it be? I honestly think there's a lot of good options. I probably have to go to Zestial. I honestly think he's made very well. His hat can come off, his wings can come off, and Zestial is one of the plushies I commissioned to be made. He wasn't already being sold, and I never asked for the hat or wings to be removed, but the seller added that option, and I'm glad he did because it came into use for some funny moments. Dr. / Professor Roger Origin Roger West was a regular person, however, he did have a weird obsession being, well, mad. He's basically like West from horror movie Reanimator. Very interesting. I'm gonna make you wished I stayed gone, dark as it says. Sparkle Z is here saying, give me your plushies. You can find them on eBay for a lot of money if you're talking about the officials. Stella, if you want to buy Stella, she was like, what, like 140? Lady Laura Pop is here saying, hello, Stolus, Stella, hello, Angel. This is a creator Q&A for my birthday. Blitz here has a birthday stamp. The Stella plush is quite well made. Yes, I do definitely think so. She was, like I said, if any of you want one for your own, she is from Etsy. She is not a commission. She is about 134. With tax, it might be like 140. That's how much Stella was. Thank you for the happy birthday, Lady Laura Pop. Jaden Fazvox von Hazbin says, Harvey origin story. Harvey was mostly normal, however, he was pretty dumb, and was influenced into doing this. He also had a lazy eye, which is why he wears a monocle. He has an obsession with Vaggie. Interesting, seeing how he has he is interested in one of our already existing characters. You're welcome. How is Stolas? Stolas is doing well. He is he was kind of told off by Blitz recently, but he is still very much interested in Blitz. He still very much likes his Blitzy. If Ophiuchus, if I know I'm saying that wrong, OC, who is like pilot in Toxic Stolas, met Blitz. What do you think Blitz would do? So, Pilot Stolas met Blitz. Pilot Stolas was set up to make hits. He was going to send Blitz on hits. So I assume Pilot Stolas would make Blitz go on hits. And have him kill. And possibly become more of a villain towards Blitz. Make him kill people he doesn't want to kill. Jaden Fast Fox says, how come Azzy, sorry if I butchered that name, how come he's small? So, Osmodius, if a commenter said, Osmodius, I think Osmodius is going to be a big plush. And then when we showed him off, he's small. The reason for that is, I bought a very cheap Osmodius plush. And I went back and forth on switching it. But for a new plush. It was only like $25. And I went back and forth thinking about switching that Osmodius plush with a new one. And I eventually did. I swapped it with the one we have now, which is shorter than the one that was there, but still not too far off from the old one. The reason Osmodius is so short is because we're on a, these plushies, even if they're short, are expensive. I could have made Osmodeus bigger by buying the bigger version of him, but then again, we're already buying so many plush, and I didn't want to have to spend more money than I already am spending, because we're not making any, like, that much money from YouTube right now. So I can't really take funds out of that. Those funds have to come out of my work. So it's hard to try and buy all the plushies in their actual height. Infinite Mike is here saying, when will the new episode of the series come out? I can't give you an exact date. I can say it was revealed that it's about heaven, of course, and characters are shown in that episode are ones that everyone has been asking about. I'm excited to get it out. It will most likely come out, I'd say, later this month, later November. Woolrocks Productions is here saying, what if hellhounds that had Deadpool's powers worked for IMP? Smile says smile, and then Lady Lorapop says, imagine a crossover between Hellboss and Deadpool. It would be interesting. I never saw the movie. But having Deadpool interact with those characters would be very interesting. Just to let you know, one of the scenes, Harvey says a lot of disgusting things about Vaggie due to his obsession with him. After first sight, Vaggie would grab his wrist tightly and say, don't touch me. Sounds like something Vaggie would say, except she'd probably bring out her spear. Drawing Plush Production says, okay, I'm here again. I know you wanted to catch a Q&A. This is my birthday Q&A. So, feel free to ask any questions. Lady Laura Pop says, remember my question, Rickrolling Moxie? Yes, I do. And I did understand that you were trying to Rickroll him. Moxie's voice actor didn't even bring it up. I'm not sure if we filmed that video in the morning, so I'm not sure if he was either too tired to realize it was a Rickroll, or he knew it was, and it was just like, okay, let me just record his voice, and he won't notice. But yes, I remember the question. Little Tail says, will Emily be in an episode? I cannot answer whether she will or not. You'll just have to wait and see. I did reveal next episode's about heaven, so you will definitely be meeting some angelic characters. You'll just have to see who. HN All-Stars. Were you one of the ones who saw the leaks of Hazbin Hotel Season 2? I'm really not going to talk about those, because one, I don't talk about things outside of my plush series. I don't really talk about the show at all by itself. I don't really talk about the episodes outside of maybe Stolas reviewing them and Angel reviewing the Hazbin ones, but I'm not really going to touch on the leaks. But the person who did that got arrested. Plushy Angel Dust. Nohemi Rodriguez. Yes, that is a plush of Angel Dust. Thank you for the happy birthday, Drawing Plush Productions. Oh, thank goodness, Lady Laura Pop says yes. He did get arrested. I'm not going to talk about them at all. I wouldn't anyway, because I don't talk about the show and those happenings. I stay away from that. But have I seen them? I technically have, by accident. You know, you see a picture of two characters from season 1, you click on it, and all of a sudden it brings you to that. It's just awful that happened. Drawing Plush Production says, does that mean Adam will be in the episode? You'll just have to wait and see. I did say more than one character will appear in that, new character, that everyone's been asking about. So maybe it will be Adam. Lucifer did assign Charlie to have a deal with the leader of the Exorcists. Could you ask Blitz if he owns an MLP stuff? Wolfrix Productions asks. Blitz, I'm not sure if Blitz would or not. I answered a question as him saying he didn't, just because he just collects horse figurines from the shows he watches down in hell. But if he did ZMLP, he'd probably buy those horse figures. Valentino is the man behind the Slaughter drawing Plush Productions has. In the Halloween special, he did slaughter fat nuggets. That was a dream, so make sure you watch the episode. He didn't actually do that. It was just a dream. Lady Laura Pop says, am I valuable in the Helliverse fandom? Am I worthy in the Helliverse community? Well, of course you are. You can be worthy here, too, in the Helluva Hazbin, our series, our channel community. If you have any questions about other series we make, like the Pokemon Johto, Scooby-Doo Unfiltered, I also take those. Thank you very much. Lady Laura Pup says. But if you have any other questions about other series, I will take those as well. Have I watched the film called Kick-Ass? No, I have not. Seems like every movie you guys ask if I've seen, it's a no. Angry Mario Bros. Says Mr. Winkle. Yes, he did appear in Scooby-Doo Unfiltered. For those of you who know who he is, he's a Predator character from our very inappropriate Scooby-Doo series. I do not own him, though. The Z of Zany Movies owns him, so I cannot bring him out. Lady Laura Pop says, thoughts on the YouTube's plushies? I think they're interesting. I'm not going to get them just because I already have Soul Splits. I'd rather spend my money on a new character. But, I think they look well. Drawing Plush Production says, will Shaggy quit his crack addiction? He did stop, but then he started again. So far there's no sign in Shaggy stopping. Will you get the YouTube's Helluva Boss plushies? Michael Animation Official says, I'm not planning to, mainly because if I was going to buy something, it would be an original plush, like a handmade, or like a plush that I don't already have. Like a new character is what I mean. Lady Laura Pop says, I'm thinking about getting a Stolas YouTube's plush. I did like the Stolas one. That was probably my favorite out of the three. What characters of Helluva Boss or Hazbin Hotel plush would you get? I can't exactly answer that because that would reveal what characters I already plan to show off in Season 3 and which characters are not going to appear in Season 3. But I already revealed that all the Deadly Sins will be in Helluva Hazbin. That's what I have revealed. I also got another question here from a video, the Nightmare on Black Halloween special, saying, were any plushies harmed in the making of this video? You know how valuable those things are. This isn't asked in the chat, but I just want to bring this up to everyone in this one. No. No official ones were. We did rip up a Blitz plush in that episode and rip up a Vaggie plush, but those were bootlegs. Those didn't cost that much. We wouldn't rip up a over $100 official one. Did Stella get a manicure? Yes, she did. Is Blitz going to dress up in drag? I'm not sure. In the show, he probably does. Woolrooks Productions asks, are you and the Z of Zany Movies childhood friends? How did you guys meet? Yes, we are childhood friends. We met through another friend, and we were both interested in making videos, so we started the channel in 2020. And that's basically how we met. We met in middle school. years ago. Dress up party, Lady Lorepup says. We do sometimes dress up the plush in certain like episodes. Like season 2, episode 5, the first Halloween special, not the newest one, they did dress up. What do you do Murder Drone plush series? I'm asking. I have had questions about that. I have not seen Murder Drones yet. I plan to watch it eventually. But of course, as of this moment, we do have a lot of series. We have 4 different types of videos. I'm not sure if there is one already of Murder Drones. I have not watched it yet, so I haven't looked. And I say yet because maybe soon I'll take the time to watch it. Jaden Fastfox says also, my original characters, killed are different. Harvey, due to him being an idiot, his skills are sloppy and messy. Dr. Rogers is a little messy, but he does try to clean things up. And Tom is a pro. Interesting. Nice seeing more of them, finding out more about the characters. Woolworks Production says, do you regret doing Blitz X Charlie? So obviously that has already basically finished that storyline all the way back in season 1. I do not regret doing it, mainly because a lot of people liked it. And I feel like it drove more people to continue watching our series, having 2 characters, one Helluva Boss, one Hazbin Hotel, basically have that kind of interaction. But I don't really regret it because of that. Vampire Cricket Green of Edits. Nice plushies you got there. Thank you. We use these in our crossover Hazbin Helluva plush series. Just to let you know, because it seems like you are a new viewer. What was your first official Helluva and Hazbin plushie? Drawing Plush Productions asks. That was Angel. So, my first ever Hazbin plush was the Sweet Cheeks, the bootleg Angel. And then I got the bootleg Charlie. The ones that look more like their official plush. But in November of 2020, I got the Angel. And that was my first ever one. Lady Laura Pop says, how do you deal with a toxic friend who is anti-Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss? I had to deal with one during a very hard time last year. Sorry to hear that. If they don't like the show, then that's their own opinion. You know, not everyone likes a show. But if the friend is like hating on you just because you like it and you're not even bringing up the show to them, then that person wouldn't really be the best of friends. Trying to talk fast, so excuse my coughing. Duck is Goofy is here saying make a gorilla. I do not know how to make plush, so I can't really do that. All the plush I buy are from Etsy that are commissioned and handmade. Fagwee says, hello Stolas. Stolas is here. And Blitz is right here. If you're wondering about this, anyone who doesn't already know, it's my birthday, so I just stamped that on Blitz's coat. Lady Laura Pup says, excuse you. Thank you, I do have a glass of water with me. I have been drinking throughout. Is Fat Nuggets kind of a dog in the show or a cat? Fat Nuggets is a pig. Which GTA character would you want to cross over with Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss? I've never played that. I know it seems like I haven't done anything, but I really haven't been ever in my life too interested in video games. Outside of some, like obviously Pokemon, we have a Pokemon series, but I have never played GTA. I've wanted to, but I have never tried. I will take any last questions about our series. I will probably head out in the next 10 minutes or so. I'd better head off in a minute. Hello, fellow Hazbin. I hope you had a great birthday, and thanks for answering my questions. I am glad to see you here, and to be answering your questions, Lady Laura Pop. I hope you are in the next couple videos and live streams we do. Stolas will be doing a ranking of the 2 newest Alpha Boss episodes, and I see that you watch those videos, so Stolas will be ranking those. What other plush tubers do you want to collab with? I'm not sure. A collab is definitely something interesting. We are the only ones that do Hazbin and Helluva plush, so it would have to be someone close, like someone close to where we live and who we could easily get to. Woolworks Production says, would you consider making a gaming channel for Blitz to play video games? Blitz, goodbye. I think that's a wave. Bye, Lady Laura Pop. Can't wait to see the video. It'll be out probably in the next couple days. It's an interesting idea to have Blitz play games. I'd have to figure out how to do that. If we ever did that, it wouldn't be on a separate channel with characters playing games. It would be on this one. Angry Mario Bros says, what inspired you to make Scooby-Doo Unfiltered? So, during the filming of Season 3, Episode 1, we were talking and just all of a sudden started bursting out laughing, thinking about, Shaggy being a stoner, Daphne being a porn actor, Velma being a racist, Scooby being a horn dog. We just started coming up with this, and it was very funny. We were thinking about making it a Z&E movie, a one-time thing. But then we ultimately decided to say, why don't we make a series, Scooby-Doo Unfiltered? And we were kind of contemplating it, at least the Z of Z&E movies was. I was more all for it. He was a bit more nervous about making it. The thing is, we already had 3 types of videos at the time. Z&E movies, Pokemon, and Helluva Hazbin. So adding it would add a 4th one, but we ultimately decided, since Scooby isn't hard to film or edit, that we'd add it on. And that's basically the story of how Scooby-Doo Unfiltered came to be. Drawing Plush Production says, what is your most expensive Helluva Hazbin plush you ever got? Well, on the top of my head, I'm not sure. It would definitely be one of the handmaids, like Stella, the big ones. So I would have to say possibly maybe Zestial. I think, I can't come up with a answer off the top of my head because Stella, the V's, Lucifer, Missy Zilla, Carmilla, and Zestial are all around the same price. The V's, I all bought them together. That was how much? I don't really remember. 500 for all 3 of the V's in a bundle. Either 400 or 5. Carmilla and Zestial were 300 because I bought them in a bundle as well. I commissioned them at the same time. But being a single one, I wouldn't really know. HDN All-Star says, the Stoles from the episode ranking videos. Is Stolas aware from his canon self hypocrisy or not? He isn't. It's still more of the Z&E movies, Helluva Hazbin Stolas, who has yet to be more of a hypocrite. He still has in Helluva Hazbin, if you notice. And he will you'll see more of his character as we go on in later season 3. But Stolas from the ranking videos is more of like a neutral Stolas. It's not really canon to our series, but it's not exactly Stolas ripped apart from the episodes. Because Stolas, when he ranks the episodes, is he's aware of what happens. So it's more of like a neutral. Would you consider watching my new Houndpool audio series, Hellhound named Z, which changed by a demon named Zodiac? The Hellhound has Deadpool's healing factor. It is still in productions. We could check that out. If we have time, of course. I will be busy for the rest of the day. So maybe eventually I will check that out. Drawing Plush Productions. See you later. I'm glad that I joined the live stream. See you on the flip side, and happy birthday. Thank you. I was glad to see you here and to answer your questions. We hope to see you in our next video, or in our next live stream, or both. And I will be leaving as well soon. So if you have any last questions, then ask that. Sophia Henderson says, plushies. Yes, these are used in our Hazbin and Helluva plush series. That's why they're there. Hello, Allie. Glad to see you here. Warworks Production says, happy birthday. How is the cake? I'm kind of considered, at least in people surrounding me, too old to have cake. I haven't had cake on my birthday for a while. I had a small one at a restaurant, technically, on like a couple days, or last night, or the night before. I haven't really gone through most of the day. I'm still going to do more. So, with that being said, I am going to get ready to head out. It was nice talking to all of you and answering your questions. Last question. Who is considered a racist pause in Helluva Hazbin? I mean, I don't know what you mean by POS, pause. I mean, technically, Vaggie was like racist against imps in season 1. Not really, but against Blitz. Oh, I didn't know what that stood for. Woolrux Productions. Vaggie was more racist against Blitz. I mean, Stella also hates anyone lower than her. But that's really it. I mean, of course, the Royal, like the Sins, all think they're better than everyone else. But not really much. Velma over here is the racist of our Scooby-Doo Unfiltered series. Because everyone has a problem in that series. If there was a Discord server I'd join, I'm glad you would. At this moment, we don't. But maybe eventually we will. But like I said, with that being said, it was nice talking to all of you who are still here. I enjoyed answering your questions. The newest Helluva Hazbin episode will be out later this month, hopefully, if there is no delay. We will also be making more Pokemon Tell Z that I said Moxie's a possum. I will remember that and say that to him next time I talk to him. And goodbye, Z&E Movies. I had fun asking questions. Happy birthday. Thank you, Angry Mario Bros. The next Helluva Hazbin episode will be out later November, like I said, if there is no delay. We will also be making more Pokemon Johto videos. And with that being said, I enjoyed talking to you all. It's here for just about an hour, and I will be making another stream when I can. And we hope to all see you in the next video.